And we're live again. So chapter 2. Put our objectives up on the board. I'll let you quickly take a look at these. All right, the production possibility frontier is the boundary between those combinations of goods and services that cannot be produced and those that can be produced. So, to illustrate this, if I can get, let's spotlight this video. There we go. So the production possibility frontier, we will be abbreviating this PPF. And remember, this is going to illustrate those goods and services that can be produced and those that cannot be produced. So we might look at this. And let's assume an example of where we're looking at colas. And if I put points along this curve, this is going to show me what is attainable and what is unattainable. Now let's look at figure 2.1 in the text. All right, so here's our example of colas and pizza. And here we are putting our obtainable points. Now what we will observe is that any one combination, it's a possibility that if I make 0 pizzas, how many million cans of cola can I make?
15 million.
15 million. Good job. Now, as I start to trade off and I go to 1 million pizzas, what's the trade-off?
You're down to like 14 million in can of cola.
14 million cans of cola. So the trade-off is 1 million cans of cola. And again, as I move to point C, I'm down to 12 million cans. So my trade-off is 3 million cans of cola. And the blue line that I just drew through each of these possible combinations is what we call the production possibilities frontier. And remember, it's going to separate those combinations that are obtainable and those that are unattainable. So inside the curve, our attainable area, outside the curve becomes our unattainable area. Now again, we say that each day across the mines and factories, shops and offices, and on farms, construction sites, all across the United States, approximately 142 million people produce a vast variety of goods and services. The value of these goods and services are right now about $60 billion. But the quantities of goods and services that we can produce are limited by our available resources and technology. So if we want to increase our production of one service, we must decrease our production of something else. Look at this chart. If this PPF represented what's obtainable within the US economy, we could see that if we wanted to increase production of pizzas, we're going to have to decrease the production of colas. Now we can achieve production efficiency if we cannot produce more of one good without producing less of another good. So the table we have here is going to show possibility productions, again, for cola and pizza. Anything that is back on these points, we say that we are efficient. So if we are a point on the frontier, we are efficient. Now any point inside is inefficient. And let's look at point Z. So here we could argue it's possible to produce more of one good without producing less of the other good. So if we were at point Z, we say that resources are either unemployed or misallocated. We just argued that every movement along the PPF involves a trade-off. Now remember the opportunity cost. What's the highest value of the item foregone? Well, in this case, we're looking at pizza and cola. So the opportunity cost of pizza is the amount of cola foregone. And when we move from item E to F, quantity of pizzas increases by 1 million, but we decrease cans of cola by 5 million. So we would say that the opportunity cost of that fifth increment of 1 million pizzas is 5 billion cans of cola. And one of these pizzas cost 5 cans of cola, another way of stating. Now, all the points along the PPF we said were efficient. So in figure 2.2, we're going to illustrate the marginal cost of a pizza. And when I refer to the marginal cost of pizza, remember, what is the cost of moving one additional increment? So one additional unit, what is the cost of one additional unit of pizza? Well, again, as we move from point A to B, as we move from B to C, so this slide is going to increase what we refer to as marginal cost. As I move from each incremental value, each additional incremental value, what is the amount that I'm giving up? Now in part B, The black dots and the line that I'll put here show the marginal cost of producing a pizza. And the marginal cost passes through the center of each bar. Now, if we cannot produce more of any good without giving up some of another good, we're being efficient. And remember, each point along that PPF lets us know that we are being efficient. Now, let's look at a slide that's going to show us how we could achieve efficiency. Let me get figure 2.4. Right here. All right, so at point A, with 500,000 pizzas available, people are willing to pay what? 5 cans of cola for that pizza. Now, at point B, we say that 1.5 million people are willing to pay 4 cans of cola per pizza. And go ahead and put point C, D, and E up here. And we can see what are people's willingness to pay. Now, to highlight this again, when we cannot produce more of any good without giving up some other good, we have achieved production efficiency. And this figure here is going to show along the PPF that we have achieved efficiency. And that is the point of where marginal benefit is equal to marginal cost. All right, so at any point, we cannot produce more without giving up some of the other food. Now, what do we observe? How does the marginal benefit from a good change? And let's just look at this. How does the marginal benefit from a good change as the quantity produced of that good increase? What do you think?
Increases.
The marginal benefit from a good change. I always like to illustrate it like this. What's your favorite food?
Pizza.
Hey, funny, pizza. All right, have you had supper yet?
Yep.
All right, let's assume you have not. I've not. And a piece of pizza sounds real good right now. All right, but if you brought in 3 large pizzas here and I started eating those, where do you think I would get the greatest satisfaction off of which slice?
The first one.
The first one. As I increased consumption, I would get less and less benefit off of each additional piece. So as the food production, let's put it this way, as the pizza production increased into my belly, my marginal benefit is going to decrease. So we would argue that marginal benefit decreases as the quantity produced of that good increases. Okay, figure 2.5. Here's going to illustrate the trade-off that we face involving the choices that we make. So again, we can produce pizzas, or now we're going to focus on pizzas and pizza ovens. So we can produce pizzas or pizza ovens along the PPF. And this right here, we're going to call PPF subscript 0, but this is the blue line. And by using some resources to produce pizza ovens, look how we're going to shift our PPF. So look how our curve now is shifting out to the right. We have increased what is attainable when the curve shifts to the right. We'll say that a person has a comparative advantage if an activity can be performed at a lower opportunity cost than anyone else. A person has an absolute advantage if that person is more productive than others. And let's look at Joe and Liz here. All right, so in an hour, Joe can produce 6 smoothies or 30 salads. So his opportunity cost of producing 1 smoothie is 5 salads. Joe's opportunity cost of producing 1 salad, let's reverse this, is 1/5 of a smoothie. We say that Joe spends 10 minutes making salads and 50 minutes making smoothies. So he produces 5 smoothies and 5 salads in an hour. Now let's shift over here to Liz. In an hour, Liz can produce 30 smoothies or 30 salads. So her opportunity cost of producing 1 smoothie is 1 salad. Liz's opportunity cost of producing 1 salad is 1 smoothie. She can buy salads and smoothies in equal number, so she produces 50 of each. And let's look at figure 2.6. So here we're going to see the production frontiers of both Joe and Liz. And we said that Joe's opportunity cost of a smoothie is 5 salads. So here he produces at point A, which is there at the black dot. Joe produces 5 smoothies and 5 salads at an opportunity cost of 5 salads per smoothie. We're going to look at how we can trade here. And now Liz. Liz produces 15 smoothies and 15 salads at an opportunity cost of 1 salad per smoothie. So we would say that Joe has a comparative advantage because his opportunity cost of a salad is just 1/5 of a smoothie, while Liz's opportunity cost of a salad is 1 smoothie. So Joe has a comparative advantage because he has a lower opportunity cost.